Hello children, welcome to your science class. I hope you all are following the chapter and trying to do the activities we are discussing in every class. You all know now we are learning chapter 10, Motion and Measurement of Distances of your NCERT science textbook. Let's recall what we have learned till now. We have understood about what is measurement, its importance, the story of transport, how to measure objects and distances by learning some activities, some ancient measurement methods to present day standard units of measurement of length like millimeter, centimeter, kilometer. So these all topics we have covered in this chapter till now. In today's class, we will be learning some correct measurement of length, the devices used for measurement, certain rules, etc. You all know in our everyday life we use various types of measuring devices. Like a meter scale, as we have already discussed, a tailor uses an measuring tape and a cloth merchant uses a meter rod in their respective jobs. Here in the images, you can see from top to bottom, first the meter scale where markings up to 100 centimeter is shown on the scale. That is 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Hence, it's called as a meter scale. And then you see a measuring tape which has markings in units of centimeter and inches. It is usually used by a tailor. And then you see a meter rod which is 1 meter length, usually used by a cloth merchant who sells cloth in units of a half meter, meter and sometimes more. Every time you measure the length of an object, you must choose a suitable device for convenient and correct results. You usually cannot measure around the trunk of a tree or a man's chest size using a meter scale, which is usually stiff, strong, and limited up to a meter length only. At such instances, you use a measuring tape, which gives accurate results and convenience to measure such objects like which do not have a straight shape. And for small measurements, like you all have done activity in previous classes, you can use a 15 centimeter scale or also called your small ruler from your geometry box. It can measure small objects which have length mostly below 15 centimeters or near. Children, small measurements or big, we have certain set of rules and guidelines to follow for measuring the length of the objects. Let's learn some of them. First, observe the image here, and upon seeing which you can understand that you should always place the measuring scale or the ruler in contact with the object you are measuring along its length. If not placed in contact with the object, the results may show some errors or the scale may be tilted while measuring. Like you can see in the image, it is shown in B, figure B. Now answer yourself. How many of you have used a broken scale till now? I guess many of you have experienced of using a broken scale for measuring the lengths. At such conditions, you may not have proper readings of the broken ends. Here in the image, you can see a 15 centimeter ruler scale is broken at one end near the zero marking. In such cases, you can use any other full mark of the scale to measure. For example, here in the image from 1 centimeter. Similarly, if it is broken below 1 centimeter marking, then you can use the full marking that is from 1 centimeter. Now you must subtract the reading from this mark. Usually then you must subtract the reading from this mark and from the reading at the other end. That means you must subtract the reading from this mark from the reading at the other end. Here, as we have used a 15 centimeter scale, the length measured from 1 centimeter ended at marking 14.3 centimeter. Now you will subtract this 1 centimeter from 14.3 centimeters so that you get the correct result, that is 13.3 centimeters. Here you can see that the scale is broken at one end, that is at the zero marking. We have begin the measurement of length of the given object from 1 centimeter, and as shown in the figure, it measured until 14.3 centimeters. But for exact length of the object, we have to subtract the reading from the marking where we have started. So here we have started from 1. That's why we will subtract 1 from 14.3 centimeters. Then the result means the measurement of the object will be 13.3 centimeters. Now let's learn the third important rule, that is the eye position should always be correct as shown in the figure. For taking the measurement, the eye should be exactly in front of the point of the measurement reading like shown in the figure. Here you can see the correct position of eye and the incorrect position of the eye while measuring an object on a ruler scale. The position of eye should always be exactly in front of the point where the measurement is to be taken. Applying these proper guidelines, let's learn the concept by doing some activity. In this activity, you will be measuring the height of one of your family members. First, by using handspan as unit of measurement, and then by using a meter scale. In the first step, you will ask your family member to lean against the wall on their back and ask to stand straight. Then mark on the wall exactly above his or her head as shown in the image. And in the next step is the measurement. Now, first measure the wall from the floor to the marking using your hand span. You already know what is a hand span and how it should be used for measurement. After measuring with your hand span, you will record the readings. Now, you will measure the same length on the wall using a meter scale. Even you will record these observations also. Now repeat the same measurement of this wall length with other family members and record their results too. Means the number of handspans they have got and what is the observations they have seen when measured with the meter scale in a proper table like the table given here. Upon observing the results obtained from you and other family members, and on comparing them, you notice that results entered in the table as shown in the image in your notebook. The results in column 2 are different from each other as the length of the handspan is usually different from each other, as we have already learnt about it. The handspan is different for each individual. So the results also will be different for each individual. That means it is not the correct unit of measurement. Now look at the results in column 3. In column 3, when everybody used the meter scale as the measurement medium, the results obtained are almost similar. But children, though the results may be close enough to each other, they slightly vary sometimes due to certain errors. As we learned in the third rule that the eye position should be exactly in front of the measurement marking, for correct results, or if the eye position is not exactly in front of the measurement marking, there are chances for errors to occur. Try to do the activity we learned at home, and we'll continue this chapter in the next class. Thank you, children.